Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I am talking about the fact that I now have 3 published books. I haven't actually announced that I did publish my 3rd book on this channel, but if you follow me on Instagram or if you have me on Facebook, which is I don't really advertise on Facebook, but I did post it. And guys, I have my 3rd book out. If you don't know, because I don't have my author copies yet, it is the 2nd book to A Demon's Heart. It's called The Blood Throne. Talked about it before. It's officially out. I'm excited, and I am pretty much here to recognize that I have 3 books out, and that's literally crazy. So essentially, in my mind, I am an actual author, I guess. I don't know if anyone else has ever felt like this, but it didn't hit me until recently that I have 3 published books out. I have written and published 3 books, and that to me is crazy. Sometimes my siblings tell me how they brag about me, about how their sister's an author, and it doesn't hit me that I'm an author but until recently, and I think that's literally insane. And it's something that, I've been wanting for a while, actually, since I was a freshman in high school. I started writing Deadly Scream when I was 15 years old. So it's crazy to me that, I'm 21, about to turn 22 in September, and I have 3 published books, and that's freaking cool. I wanted to come on here to tell you guys honestly what I've learned through my 3 books and lessons I've learned with each of my books. My first book, Deadly Scream, here it is. This was my pride and joy, and still is. It's my first published book, and like I said, I started writing this when I was 15 and published it at I think 19, I believe. And the biggest lesson I learned from this book is that I am the biggest outliner, and that is why this book took so long, is that I started writing this completely free will, no plans whatsoever, and it was great. Honestly, it was great for a good start, but then I had to do a lot of backtracking on different drafts, and I had to re-outline everything around between draft 2 and 3. So that's honestly what took me so long, is that I had to literally backtrack so much in this book because I didn't know I was a planner yet. So the biggest thing I learned from this book is that I am an outliner. And also I learned that through a friend that my writing is a lot different between this book and this book, and I will get into that. Yeah, so that is what I mostly learned from this book. Moving on to A Demon's Heart, I have learned, I think, so much with this book, and the fact that I went from young adult to new adult should just start the conversation. I learned that my writing is more on the mature levels, and the topics I want to talk about are definitely more new adult than young adult, and it's just, I learned more about myself. Also, Percy's playing on the floor with a hair tie, so if you hear that bell ringing, that is her. But yeah, so I learned that I just needed to honestly mature a little bit more from my high school life into obviously my college life, and I was happier with this book because I felt like I was writing true to myself, even though it's a little scary, telling your family that you're writing about smut and just adult things, and I don't think they really appreciate it, but they think it's cool that I publish books. But besides that, I love this book because it showed me a new life in my life. It showed me a new path in my life. So this book will always have a big place in my heart. Honestly, every single book I write will have a big place in my heart. And that moves me on to The Blood Throne. And I'm not going to tell you guys all about it because obviously it just came out last week. Came out, I believe, the 26th of July, or of May. Was it 26th or 25th? I need to remember. Where's my calendar? It came out, I was right, the 26th of July, of May, the 26th of May. And I honestly, this book took me a really long time, and it's something I kind of wanted to talk about. Something I learned with this book is that it is okay to take a break, but you also need to get up off of your ass, because this took me so long because I was in a writing slump for months and I just didn't want to look at it. And that was the problem, was that I understand writing slumps suck, but you're not going to get over them if you just don't try to get over it. I just literally didn't look at it for months. So I just needed to get up and get back onto my computer and actually write and edit this, because honestly, if I can write the first draft of A Demon's Heart in 2 weeks, it shouldn't take me almost a year to write the first draft of this book. So that says anything about writer's block and how people struggle with it, I don't know what else will. Something else I've learned from this book is that in general, and it's kind of like what I was talking about from Deadly Scream to A Demon's Heart, is that my writing is still improving. Like with each book, my writing is gonna get better. It's gonna look and read smoother. Like I know that's how it is. And so I'm excited that, you know, I have 3 books because that means each book is like a progression of my skills, my life, and my talents. And so this book, God, it took me so long to do, but I'm so proud of it because you guys, I did this in 3 drafts, pretty much 2, because I planned and outlined this so well. And after I went back through draft 1 to read and take notes, draft 2 was like my final draft essentially. Draft 3 was literally just me reading through it. So yeah, but it's crazy because Deadly Scream took, I think, 6 drafts. A Demon's Heart took 4 or 5, and this took 2/3 drafts because, like I said, as I get older and the more books I publish, honestly, the more collected I am. The more I outline better, the more ideas I can write down and like make sure that they make sense, like there's no plot holes. So like this is just the biggest progression that I've seen with my writing because Dude, I'm literally so impressed with myself. This is gonna sound stupid, but I'm so impressed with myself because it only took like 2 drafts. I don't think you guys realize like how insane that is. Like 6 drafts of Deadly Scream versus 2/3 drafts of this. That's literally 4 drafts difference. That's insane. And now that we're done talking about those 3 books, even though I would love to keep talking about them, I am going to explain really quick what I have planned for the future. So I currently have 3 books in the works. I have the 2nd book to Deadly Scream that I need to outline, and I am outlining / writing a book that will be coming out in October, so prep yourselves for that. It is a horror / thriller / murder mystery book, and by I say all the slashes, it is a collection of short stories around the like horror genre. And so each story isn't gonna be obviously like the same. Like some of them will be psychological thrillers, some of them will be murder mysteries, some of them will just be horror in general, so like, or slashers. So, you know, like prepare yourselves for that. And then I have a 3rd book that I don't think is gonna come out until spring or summer of 2024, and that is okay because honestly, I'm planning on publishing 2 more books this year if I can get it into gear. I know that it just turned to June, but honestly, I am very confident with my book that comes out in October, and I want my 2nd book of oh my god, I almost just told you guys the title of book 2. I want the 2nd book to A Deadly Scream out in December. So I have a lot to do. So prepare yourselves for many vlogs because I am trying my best to start vlogging more and stay on track with everything I want to do regarding writing, editing, and so on. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me along the way. I know my YouTube channel used to be talking about books I would read, and I do still do that a little bit, but it has turned more into writing. Thank you guys so much for sticking along with that, and I really hope you guys stay with me in the future because I am planning on doing a lot more, like I said. Please like this video to support me and my dreams of becoming a full-time author one day, and honestly like it just to like it if you like it, you know? Alright guys, I will see you next time. Bye!